Hey guys, it is Lucid. Welcome back. It's turn 53, and this is going to be a one-fer. I didn't realize at the end of last video. Last video went an hour and 50 minutes. And we're getting into a really intense portion of the game. So I feel okay doing one turn an episode right now, because it's pretty... I'm kind of stressed about the game right now, because shit is crazy. I think I ended last episode by talking about how chaos is a ladder, the old Game of Thrones quote. It's also a fucking trapdoor. So, okay. Let's go ahead and talk about what happened. First, I had been talking with Nabaa, which, don't be confused by the Middle Eastern or Arab origins. These are elves. And the elves were like, yeah, we're going to be friendly, and yeah, we have a Cold War, but I'm not interested in attacking you. I'll probably go after Ashdod or something, da-da-da. And of course, the turn they tell me that, they fucking attack me. Dirty little elves. This is a player I've played against a lot of times. He's good. He overvalues thugs. So anyway, he's sending in thugs with what, to me, it's just deja vu. He loves this thug kit. He loves this thug kit. I mean, this is an exception because he's dealing with blood vengeance. But everything else here I think I've seen before. No region on this particular one. Take a look again at the bless. Normal rainbow shenanigans. And I've got a big freaking wall of PD, so that's a little annoying. Phoenix Pyre, Fire Shield, Iron Will. Now jumping in straight to the back, jumps on a sensor. Never trust an elf, guys. Never trust an elf. Especially somebody who likes playing elves. Now that's it. We don't have to worry that much about elves. Like, I mean, the thugs, whatever. They don't even get, like, there's nothing to raid. You just get to sit on top of my fort. And they got lucky. Somehow all my commanders got in and got picked off, even though they were, like, spread out. I don't even honestly know how that happened. But then they spread all these guys out. There's actually a decent chance, because I've run some tests. There's a decent chance we break their shield, because like invisibility isn't going to matter because our undead have spirit sight. There's a decent chance once we pop glamour, there's a decent chance we kill a setup like this, even with just long dead. Not huge, but decent. Them killing our commanders was very, very unfortunate. Next up, though, they Cloud Trapeze another Malika over here. And this one's similar, but I think this one has regen. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, it's actually the same. On our side, quite similar. Unfortunately, these sensors are doing a very good job getting, like the front and the back squares are where they tend to attack. So ideally, like this sensor's in a perfect position right here. He's just going to sit here and pound her in the face. Right, that damage, I guarantee that was from that sensor. Okay, I fucking lied. Oh wait, no, that was... Yeah, no, it was. Sensor hit Malika in the body with a battle axe for 7 points of damage. Boom. Nailed it. He's blessed too, I think. Yeah. He's gonna knock the dog shit out of her. She got hit again from the sensor. Killed her, but now she's routed. And I don't know where she spawned to, but Phoenix Pyre, she routed. Now, interestingly, this one, he did deep... He also likes deep raiding, which deep raiding, generally, in my opinion, it's a little bit okay, but it's mostly dumb. It's okay if you're overwhelming their defenses. You're not going to be overwhelming my defenses with deep raiding. I mean, please. Now, I did have a fort coming up here, so it is justifiable. And what's interesting is I had a bunch of Sacreds move in. So, like, by the time his scout got here, I had a bunch of Lictors and Knights and all these other things in my Archbishop. And I ran some tests just because I have no idea how this matchup would work. These censors are going to murder Malika, but my Knights get murdered by them. Like, Knights in any reasonable number are not going to kill them. Even though they're going to have the magic weapons and stuff, their protection's too high. And the Lance doesn't seem to matter that much. But these guys, they hit pretty hard. Blood Vengeance basically worthless here. But we can't have everything. And I was thinking about it too. I didn't comment on it in the last video, but I was thinking about it. Because I went back and rewatched my Pretender overview thing, just because I was bored. Which is kind of sad. But sometimes you want to go back and see what you said. Maybe you have some little hidden inspiration for yourself, because I was feeling a little down about this turn. And just think how hard this would have been against Sceleria with the Wither Bones and all the banishment spam if I didn't have Blood Vengeance. I mean, I would have been... plus Ermor wouldn't have helped. I would have gotten so wrecked. So we had all this happen. He, interestingly, has only magic phase attacked me. He hasn't attacked me elsewhere. We found a site, though, which is a silver lining to an otherwise kind of crappy turn. So we have that. And we have a bunch of battles. We'll see which ones we watch. This one's kind of important. He breaks out with all the priests he had inside this fort, which is a lot of priests. Unfortunately, my attack here doesn't actually... Okay, yeah, we just banished the shit. I don't even know if I watched this before. This might be my first time watching this. Okay, well, we kill a shit ton of his cultists. Rip. We lose almost nothing. So that was extremely effective for me. Next up, we went and raided Jotunheim. Successful here. We took control of Tinvir. I don't even know where that is. Here is his capital, and I had one horseman on top. On the left side, we have Sceleria with literally everybody, and on my side, we have Chad Horseman. We're like, please, motherfucker. I don't know why that cracks me up, but it does. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so Sceleria with a very, very casual 116 cultists. I mean, he might as well have them break out. Apparently, he still doesn't have his lab yet. His lab burnt down. He hasn't gotten it back. Oh, God. Okay, raids here. And there's a battle in Moria. Sceleria is breaking out, but we got undead. We got the Sacreds here. Maybe this is the one that doesn't go, because I'm pretty sure we have a good flank, but just as they're about to murder the priest, they're like, nah, let's go back in. And we end up kind of getting banished for that, and we don't get the priests. A little feels bad. I mean, watch this again. Just watch this. Imagine being in charge of the cavalry. You're like, the order is given to you by the general, or attack the rear, get the flanks. Okay, we're going in. Get them, men. Bring them down. Psych. Can you believe that? Oh, it's so funny to me. Okay. So again, more cultists dead. We did lose a fair number of knights. We lost 15 knights. That's a lot. Would have been nice. I think that was mostly from the priests. Yeah. So we wouldn't have lost those, I don't think, or a lot of them, if they actually hit the back line like they were supposed to. We see Relay moving in. Relay has split their army so that they can more efficiently take all of the Jotun lands. And I have a very, very, very strong sneaking suspicion that every single player is about to attack me. That's a little bit why I'm stressed. Because I'm like very clearly in a position 1. And I'm a little bit on a winning streak. Like, I don't know. I was on a losing streak for a while where I lost a lot of games. And right now I'm a little bit on the tail. Like I've won like 5 games in a row. And when you're in position 1 and you're on a winning streak, and people know it, like, I mean, my channel, like, we know, like, at least somebody was from the previous game in every new game. And maybe I'm not quite on like a 5-win streak, but I've won a lot out of like my past 5 or 6 games. Anyway. So yeah, I feel that when that happens, it's like the coalition. You just feel it in your blood. Now Ashdod is getting cheeky because I was a little cheeky by jumping on this fort because Ashdod won versus Satis, and I was like, I will vulture, thank you very much. And if you remember, I was like, Saquenay's probably not going to attack. You know, he's a nice guy. I was like out here vouching for Saquenay about how cool he was. You know, how friendly, how civil, and how I'm a little bit more of an asshole, and I would have definitely attacked me here. Well, it looks like, I think, honestly, and Saquenay, if you are ever watching this, you can comment. I think this is from us casting together. Because as we cast together, you know, I let Saquenay a little bit into my mind. I'm like, dude, like, I would totally, like, if we were casting this, I'm sure my little, now, he may have done this regardless, but my little voice whispering over his shoulder would be like, just attack him. You've got thugs that can kill his chaff, just attack. And he may have done it for his own reasons, but I like to think that, that my voice was there. So this is a Detenu, I don't know how you say it, but they're pretty cool. They're undead, they have shattered soul, so sometimes they refuse to move. Basically like a tart. They're ethereal. They're sacred. They have pretty good HP pool. Here he chose to not even bless. He's just flying around with this dude. I'm pretty sure our lictors will completely murder him. Yeah. We also potentially can control dead this guy, which would be kind of cool, but he has really high MR, so it's probably very unlikely to happen. Shock vulnerability, which is interesting, but that's mostly just from casting Iron Skin. Yeah, I mean, this thing's going to kill unlimited chaff, but just watch him gradually kill all of my army. So anyway, that's how that goes. So actually, props to Saquenay. Good job, buddy. I'm slowly winning you over to the dark side. You strike me down. I forget how that goes. Now, Relay teleported these guys. He already had some assassins here, apparently, kind of clearing the fort out. Apparently, they had won a hammer. And then he has his adept of the Civil Order. I think he teleported on top. And we ended up bumping over this. So this is not like a fight. We just bumped. And fortunately, we killed him. We got a bottle of living water, which is nice, because I can put that on my Archbishop, which renders me a bit more assassin-proof. What to say about this? We attack over here. Wait, that's not worth watching. We attack over here, and then we bump after. So in the water, we attacked Jotunheim first, and then the vastness came in. The problem with this is I don't have any mindless things except this dude, and so if you watch, yoink, 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 yoink. Okay, now they dissolve. Welcome to fighting relays, Ermor, in case you forgot. Here we attack. Now we're being very aggressive, but the thing is, I in some ways I think it's a little binary. Like here we're attacking sceleria. Oh, we got a temple. Oh wait, the fuck? Oh shit, we had an ancient temple here. So, oh, interesting. I can spam these dudes out. I didn't even notice that. That's kind of nice. Yeah, so I was saying it's a little binary. Like, if you're sort of if you're like in the middle of the pack, you might not want to get too far ahead because then people are going to gun for you. But if you're already in position 1, I mean, like, if I let other people have this land, they're just going to use it and spend those resources trying to kill me. You know, like, I feel like the bad Diplo is headed my way in such an enormous shitstorm that I can't get out of the way. So let's take a look. I talked a little bit with the guy playing Naba, and he's like, yeah, if you want to give me this and this and this, we could have peace. And I'm like, get fucking wrecked. He's already had a shitty start to the war. He lost this Malika here because he cloud trapezed her and there's nowhere for her to go. He's got an enormous army here. It doesn't look like it because they're all elfed up, but this is a big fucking army. The question is the siege strength significantly more than 290? And I have no idea. They're elves. Well, you know, what am I going to do? This has pretty good siege defense. I do want to get better forts over here. Problem is I don't really have an army. There's a lot of problems. I can kind of go on and on and on. So the thing is, like, okay, let's take a look at this Malika. Blessing, Earth Power, Phoenix Pyre, Fire Shield, Iron Will. Okay, after Iron Will, 33 MR. Problem is that's so high that we're getting to the point where she can probably hold up battlefield-wide Wrathful Skies all fight long with Region Honor. I mean, she can always get unlucky and fail some checks. But for me, I can always defeat that if I have enough lictors. But the more that I have, the more likely it is that some are going to die. So, and I would need a lot. Probably like 300 lictors to get enough that are going to, you know, like maybe kill her. So it's not ideal. I think my best bet against this is Bane Venom Charms but that's completely contingent on them taking a long time to siege forts. Because Wrathful Skies and Firestorm is really scary to me. Especially when he stacks up MR like that. So we'll see. But I'm very not happy about this war. Because even when I get... Let's take a look at the Bless again. I can't remember if there was Reinvig on it. I think there was. Reinvig 1. Okay, so not that much. They'll suffer to fatigue plays, but it's kind of like fatigue plays versus battlefield wipes. Not that good. I mean, what I could do is I think if I throw up Thunderfend, that could potentially slow down the battlefield wipes long enough. But, like, I say that casually. Like, oh, throw down Thunderfend. I mean, look at my fucking research. It's bad. And then Thunderfend, that is a long-ass way away. And we're not even going straight for that, I don't think. So, yeah. Don't know what we're going to do. There's an item I could make, potentially. Well, no, I don't have Air Astral. Never mind. That's the problem with Ermor, guys. I can do Leprosy spam at him and Bane Venom charm him and generally fuck with him until he leaves me alone. What's going to be hugely determinant is if he has a very big stack that can pop these forts. I may not be able to, like, fight him off of them. And he may just start sequentially taking forts from me. If he's a real asshole, he can take them and then burn them to the ground. Because, like, he doesn't care about having them, I don't think. Just destroy my infrastructure like an asshole. Yeah. I was maybe a little greedy on... I might need more. I know this seems like a lot of ghouls. I might have needed more. And I know that sounds a little dumb, but the other thing I may need to do, and this is really strong on Ermor, is if I get Gateway, which I think is Thaumaturgy. Thom 5. There's a strong argument for Thom 5, because then I can put especially if I build the correct items, I can put just a boatload of ghouls on one of these guys, like 400 or 500 ghouls. Not 400 or 500, probably like 300. If I do, like, there's a bunch of things that, like, this one will give you plus 50 undead command. I'd have to go through and look at what all of them are. This one gives you 75. Anyway, I can put all those on him, have him gateway around. Oh, wait. And once I need to turn marked unfinished, so if Saquenay gets in, we come up with some ideas. It's not going to get undone. Anyway, I can do that in gateway around, and that way if he doesn't one turn pop it, I can reinforce it enough so that it might actually even be able to rebuild. And I can do it in the magic phase and sneak him inside a fort. Normally it's hard to sneak stuff inside forts. So anyway, that's an option. But you need to have a library, a lab in that province, and a lot of my provinces don't have labs. We have a lot of problems with this. But I can't be too angry, because, I'm asking for it. I'm fucking huge. I'm putting a shit ton of stuff on their border. I'm definitely asking for it. I'm being super friendly, but I told him I'd give him this. But I'm not giving him an infrastructure. We'll see. The other thing, though, and I know, like, it feels bad because I don't really know how I'm going to win a fight. If I do win a major fight and, like, kill off a major army, I can probably just start killing all of his shit. So he may feel very confident, but I don't think he's very safe at all. Yeah. I think if I kill his army, he's kind of wrecked. Because then I can just have, like, I can put thugs in my army and have them go fly and attack rear and stuff like that. Pretty trivially, I think. But I can't do thugs going on flying and attack rear, which would help deal with, like, these little fucker casters. If it's backed up, or if he is backed up by a big army, because he'll just kill them. So we'll have to see. But he seems to think he can take this. We'll have to figure out what he's going to do. But if he one turn pops me, I'm going to be pretty sad. So what are we doing? We're making 2 Bane Venom Charms here, 1 Bane Venom Charm here. So we're making 3 Bane Venom Charms. Ideally I would lab this too. And I can't remember if I'm actually moving somebody. I probably need to. Maybe a Dragon Helmet. Let's go ahead and move this guy down here. Just so that I can lab it. Because I'm definitely going to need a lab. That way I can put the Bane Venom Charms here directly. And this is just going to be a hot spot. I've got actually a lot of labs on this border, which is nice. I don't think I built any of them except this one. So we'll see. Did I build another? Oh, no, we don't. Sorry, I've got the hiccups, guys. Okay. Okay, so what are my plans for... One second, I'm going to have to pause it. Okay, I think the hiccups have passed, folks, so we can continue. Okay, so what's the plan? Well, lictors will kill the thugs. So the first thing is places adjacent to where I suspect his army is. We're going to chill. So here and here, we're not patrolling. Here, I think I turned off patrolling. Yeah. We're going to have to let him sit on top because I don't want to lose stuff. Places where I'm not expecting an army, like here, we're going to patrol. And, yeah, here we're patrolling with a few priests who are going to bless up my sacreds, and then the sacreds are going to run and kill them. hopefully. And here, I don't think we're patrolling because I don't really have enough. I need to get more. Well, you know what I could do? I could patrol here. But this also is a shit ton of elves. I'm just surrounded by elves. Fucking elves. This is probably... There's probably elves all over this. Like, we're just about to get mass attacked by elves. Here we're patrolling. So this is one of the major risks. If he gets an elf on top of this province, then all of these guys, he's basically going to kill 30 lictors. So it's worth having one lictor here with 60... one archbishop with 60 lictors just patrolling. We've got these guys on attack rear to fuck up their script. And then we've got these guys on hold and attack to get all blessed up and then run in and try to kill them. And anyway, that's the plan. Potentially, I can also have... I haven't really worked this out, but I can potentially have Dusk Elders run around and kill things, but I'm going to need more Dusk Elders. So I think we're going to... We have enough Archbishops for now. I think we're going to chill on Archbishops. We're going to make some Dusk Elders, because a lot of the kit I think I'm going to need on Dusk Elders is stuff like Dusk Daggers. So I need them to form it, forge that. I'm also going to need them to run around, do the raiding. I'm also going to need them to create Bane Venom Charms. I'm also going to need them, once I have the research, to summon Black Servants, which are the stealthy death dudes. So anyway, that is what is going to be required of us. Trying to think what else. Yeah, so that's basically it for this front. Meanwhile, the squids who I have a nap with, they've basically taken every single province over here. We bumped here and I got a nice little water bottle, but aside from that, yeah. Here, we're moving back. I'm just hoping to hold on to it. This actually is a super valuable province. Mist-covered highlands, which means it could turn into an air site. I haven't even checked it for how far we are into the event chain. There's this event, which is part of the Mist-covered highland chain. I don't think this event has actually been progressed, so it's probably going to get raided and stuff by spirits. But there's also the Cloven Mountain, which is a 4-gem site, and then there's this, and then there's this. So all total, it's 1, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7-gem site. Like, this is huge, especially for Ermor, because I give a fuck about population. But this one's super valuable. So we'll see. I've talked to Relay, and we have a nap. I asked him if he was interested in attacking Ashdod, because I was just looking at... I need allies. And Relay is nearly as big as I am. They're definitely in a clear number 2 spot. I was like, hey, you want to attack Ashdod? Because what I do not want to have is I don't want Relay attacking me. Fuck, I don't want Relay attacking me, period. It's the worst experience ever. But I was like, hey, if you want to attack Ashdod, I can distract Ashdod down here. Because I'm already going to have this army down here. And I would kind of like to get this throne. But more importantly, I would like to not have to fight Relay and Ashdod at the same time. So, there's that. So if these two go to war, I'm fine helping whoever, but I'd prefer to help Relay. Because I hate fighting Relay. I hate fighting the squids, especially as Ermor. It's the worst. So anyway, and for them it makes sense, because like if you look at who are their possible next targets, they could go after Yes, but that would involve now like this one province border, or they would have to go through. We already talked about they'd have to fight Ashdod or Nabah to cut through over here, or me, and then Ashdod they have a very big border with now, and Ashdod, just like Jotunheim, is a pretty good matchup for them because they're very good against giants, and Ashdod is a bunch of giants. So for them, I think it's a logical target, but it may also be that they want to jump on the bandwagon attacking me. The problem for somebody that's in a clear number 2, jumping on the bandwagon attacking the number 1, is they're going to then be the next target after I'm beaten down. And especially if they don't beat me down to kill me, then I'm going to fight back while everybody's still attacking them. But so long as I'm the big bad guy, that will provide cover for Relay to kill whoever they want. And he knows that I know that, right? So, and I basically have offered it. I'm like, dude, because he was like, yeah, I kind of want to attack Ashdod, but I also kind of don't want to be the big bad guy. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm the big bad guy. So that can be cover for you. Anyway. So we'll see. But worst case scenario, I'm about to get 4v1'd by all the other big players. And guys, I'm just going to tell you, we're not going to survive it well, I don't think, if that happens. If it's a 2v1 with just the two elves, it could be bad, but it depends on how strong their sieges are. Like how much siege strength they can bring. I have literally very little worry about the actual raiding part. I mean, except here. I don't want them jumping on top of this, but we'll see. What does the siege strength have here? 350. I'm feeling okay about that. Oh, and this one was 290. That's actually not great. I really would like... What's the siege strength on these guys? 1. See, this is really weak. I don't want to make it too much weaker, but I want to pull guys from here down here. So anyway... And with the Relay, there's one other reason, which is I can basically kick him off land here. So I don't know. That would be one reason to kind of keep peace. And then I would threaten this throne. But Relay is definitely interested, because I'm the only guy who can really go underwater, aside from Yes. And probably me dying. So he might really want the opportunity to bandwagon jump on me. So... They probably have some kind of chat set up where they're talking to each other. I don't know. I just feel like there's a major... Sorry, I'm messing up the mic. There's a major coalition formed against me. So what are the moves in the Sceleria land? Well, did I cover all the things? There's not a ton I'm doing over here. I don't have that many lictors. We've got Winter Cloud Trap easing in over here. So if he tries another Magic Phase attack to try to stop this fort from coming up... He's going to have Winter with Flight, Mirror Image, Attack, Rear, which will come. He'll get blessed up by these guys too. It will murder whoever is there. So that will be nice. Yeah, we'll see. This guy attacks me in almost every game we're in. It's a little annoying. Saquenay and I have games like where we're at peace for prolonged periods of time. Mostly at peace, even. And Saquenay will fight a little bit, and then we'll be like, yeah, okay, this isn't working. Like, we're destroying each other. We're mutual destruction. When this guy attacks me, a lot of times he will do it until complete exhaustion, which is annoying. I mean, sometimes it works out because I'll just eat him afterwards. But a lot of times he does it as part of a coalition. So he's completely exhausted. He's done usually shit all. But I can't often take advantage of it. Because I'm dealing with like 4 other people doing it. But he's like wasted his... Anyway, we'll see. It's a much better... This is a decent matchup for him. But Bane Venom Charms here, they're going to be where it's at. And one thing I really want to do... Oh, we're moving in 80 more ghouls. That's so nice. Okay, yeah. We're moving in a lot more ghouls. So that's going to give me another 50. So we're going to be at 340. That's going to be so nice. Here I would like to move in ghouls, but I don't have anybody else. We'll have to figure out what we do. And I'd like to upgrade these forts. I don't know if I'm going to actually get the chance. Right now we're focusing... We've got this fort coming up, and we've got this fort coming up. Okay, anyway, Sceleria moves. So what has happened over here? We killed a shit ton of dudes here. We killed a shit ton of dudes here. And then we took the forts. And he's broken out here. So, if he attacks, I expect, because I've cracked this fort. I expect he will try to knock me off of this one. Because this one I haven't cracked yet. This one I've got just a little squatting force on. If he attacks here, I think he's going to come with a lot of his cultists, but not a ton. And I do not think he's going to bring mage support. So those are exactly the kind of fights we want to take. So we're going to come over here with basically everybody. Like literally everybody. And we're going to try to take a really advantageous fight. And if I can kill them, we'll be in really good shape. And we're storming the castle too, and we have some idiots going on top of his fort. So if he doesn't have a lot of guys patrolling his fort, and he only has a little bit of PD, then what is going to happen is we're going to... And he attacks here, which is like the move I'm hoping for. We'll kill the army, we'll storm the fort, there'll be nowhere for him to retreat to, and then GG. But we'll see. That's pretty optimistic. Also, we are very close to enchantment 6. We are 2.5 turns away, maybe. God, we're a little more. I really need more research. Did I use all my things? Fuck. Not sure what to do. You know, the other thing is winter, potentially, especially if I have a big fight. Having winter roll in and fly and attack rear cause a lot of damage. I mean, he'll just murder people in the back line, especially if I stack his MR. Maybe he needs a Starshine Skullcap or like a lead shield. I kind of like him having 2 Dusk Daggers. He needs one more MR thing. Probably if I get like a Amulet of Anti-Magic instead of this Amulet of the Giants. And then while they're busy, you know, messing with everyone, like all the lictors running at him, he'll be in the back chewing through them. The problem with that is if they put Storm up turn 1, which they will, he can't do it, so fuck. Okay. I don't really want to risk him dying to Soul Slay. I don't really want him getting a lot more afflicted. I don't think we're going to do that. But who knows? Desperate times will call for desperate measures. And I think this is the point in the game where we're going to see it's going to get really, really hard for me. Okay. The other thing I just want to point out, I made a test game. And in the test game, I put all the people that I'm going to be fighting. Nabah, Yis, Relay, and Ashdod. And I wouldn't put in all their blesses and stuff, or at least something close to them. And I realized everybody almost has... These guys all have very similar blesses. And a lot of them are specifically to deal with me. Or, I mean, they're things that are good generally, but there's a lot of things that are for me. Like, they almost all have +3 MR, because... Some of that is like dealing with Relay, but a lot of that is they knew I was going to take Blood Vengeance, those fuckers. Which, I mean, I've talked about what my build for Ermor is going to be. So that's one of the things, like, you put a video up about how you play a nation, and then you play them again, and people are like, oh, this is how he thinks about the nation. He's probably going to take Blood Vengeance. So, they get +3 MR. I mean, given it's not like rocket science that Ermor might take Blood Vengeance, but anyway, they all have, and they also have Reinvigoration too, which is like for the fatigue plays. So they have the two things I can do, Blood Vengeance and fatigue plays. They're set up for, so that's why it's going to be so freaking hard. The good news is we're making a shit ton of lictors every turn, and we're about to do the killing blow on Sceleria. Maybe I should ask. I'm gonna see what if Relay gets back. So there's a chance too. Relay backstabs me, ends his nap with me, or even just all out nap breaks, which he's never done before. So I wouldn't expect that, but could happen. If he doesn't get back to me and make peace, then or not make peace, but like say he wants to attack Ashdod, I'm probably gonna get a nap with Ashdod, and just accept that he has this throne. Oh, guys, we did score graphs. Yeah, we did. So, yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully we put the final blows on Sceleria in T-2 turns when my god is here, or in 3 turns. When my god is here and ready to do whatchamacallit, Rigor Mortis and Grip of Winter. The gear I put on her is Salt is carrying a Skull Staff and some booties and a Water Bracelet and Anti-Magic, and she can go here, and from here this is enough to get on top of her capital, so long as this fort isn't sieged. So we'll probably have her site search, though, because I can't script the thing this turn. Though, potentially, if I have enough research, I might be able to still go on top of the cap with the main squad. So anyway, we'll see. There's also a chance... So one of the things we're wondering... We wonder if Saquenay is going to continue to attack us. If he does this, I may look for better terms with the L. Like, potentially give up more land. Though I don't really support that generally. But I may give up land with the elves for some kind of long-term peace agreement. Like this I could part with. The thaumaturgy is kind of nice. I don't know if I'm going to part with this. I don't think so. I'll consider it. Depending on how desperate I get, I may give that up. I know if I give this to them, they'll get out of the war with me. But I'm going to desperately try to not let that happen. So we'll see. Anyway, I kind of rambled a lot this time. I guess that's what happens when I'm doing it real time and like obsessing about bad things that are happening to me. But anyway, it's also possibly me being in my own head too much. And maybe indeed there's not... I mean, I know that this part is definitely a conspiracy. Yes, and Nabah. I do not know about Ashdod. I mean, Ashdod did attack me this turn. But Relay I don't know about. And I don't know Ashdod's real intents, if he was just being cheeky knocking me off of this, or if he's going to keep attacking. My guess is he's just going to keep this. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers.